Welcome to the Scott Equipment Company Automation Simplified podcast. Get to know our people, our vendors, and our customers. Welcome to the Scott Equipment Company podcast, where you get to know our people, our vendors, and our customers. We're excited today. We've got Brandon here. He's one of our newest employees here at Scott Equipment Company. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell you what he does, his title, and how long he's worked for Scott Equipment Company.
All right. I'm Brandon. I've been working here for around a year and a half. My job title is assembly technician. And I pretty much do all the building of the custom electrical cabinets, anything air manifolds. I do a little bit of the hydraulic stuff, but not a whole lot of that.
Right.
But my main thing is the electrical.
Yeah, so what Brandon's really telling you is he's a jack of all trades. He works back there, so if it's electrical, pneumatic, and a little bit of hydraulic, we can put it together. We have an assembly program here at Scott Equipment Company, and that's really what Brandon's in charge of. So he makes that stuff happen, builds it, gets it shipped, and does a little bit of everything. I can tell you this, I've seen him back there pulling stuff out in the warehouse to ship it to our customers. So he does a lot of everything, right? So I tell you what, okay, Brandon, well, that's a great introduction. How about this? What led you into industrial automation, and what sparked your interest in the field?
Okay, so I worked for an electrical company for 11 years, and I really enjoyed that. I've had a fascination with electrical since I was a young child.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been so interested in how electrical works and how things are automated.
Right.
And I was at a church function with Landon that works here, and we just struck up a conversation, and he was like, "Hey, you know anybody that knows how to wire control panels? We're looking for a wiring guy." And I said, "Well, I mean, that's kind of my specialty."
Yeah.
I said, "I haven't done a whole lot of control cabinets, but I can learn."
Right. Right.
I know how to read diagrams and all that, so I can just get into it and go. And that's kind of what led me here.
Okay.
I was just like, opportunity fell in my lap. I was like, I got to take that.
Well, it's interesting you say that you spoke to Landon. I know a lot of folks here at Scott Equipment Company are all referrals.
Right.
You don't know John Marshall, but John Marshall was the person that got me into Scott Equipment several years ago.
Right.
So that's kind of how it works, You start talking to folks, find out, hey, you got this skill that's unique, and we can use it. So we bring you over to Scott Equipment Company. So that's interesting. That's another person that knows somebody that ended up at Scott Equipment Company. All right. Well, this one, I know you haven't been here long, but reflecting on your time with Scott Equipment Company, how have you seen the industry change and our company's approach to these changes? Have you noticed anything in the short time you've been here?
In the short time, I've noticed a couple things. We're adding more and more products every day.
Yeah.
And getting more into the advanced stuff. I've seen different control cabinets come through that have made their a step further in the process, just to be able to go from something that's as simple as hitting a button and making it work to something where you program a PLC,
right,
and you just hit the go button and it goes through its cycles.
Yeah.
And that to me has been a big change for me that I've seen.
Yeah, as the technology keeps moving forward, just like with everything else. It doesn't matter if it's EVs, it doesn't matter if it's your phones. The technology is constantly changing.
That's correct.
In some ways, it makes things easier, but it also makes you have to learn new things all the time.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I know we see new products coming through here all the time with new innovations. Working in industrial automation presents unique challenges. Have you had any significant challenges that you faced while working at Scott Equipment Company, and how'd you overcome that, and what'd you learn from it?
So let's see here. Let me think back here. It hadn't been that long. I've had a few challenges.
How about SADI system? Is that throwing some challenges at us?
That threw some challenges at us. SADI system did. It was easier,
Right.
cleaner, less time consuming.
Right. But it was learning the process.
But it was learning that, okay, this is going to come in this way, and we have to, adapt it for it to fit into the box.
Right.
And, I had to make a few changes here and there.
Yeah. So we've learned the process
Yeah.
one or two times. Now we're like, oh, now we know how it works.
Exactly.
Boom, we get it right the first time, and we're rolling. And now you've got a product that makes your life a whole lot easier. Not to mention it's beneficial to our customers once they have the control box installed on their machine.
Exactly.
Right. Let's see. What else? Let me see if I can think of something that's been a challenge that I've heard about for you guys. How about learning new product lines? I know we've been in a situation where we have a customer needs a certain product line that we haven't had, so we get it, and then you have to learn how to install it and plug it up. You have any experiences like that?
Yeah, we've had a couple. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head, but we've had times where we get something new and we're having to go through and figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we figure it all out and actually lay it out, like if we get a new control cabinet that's got different layout on it than we're used to, we actually have to make a backplate template, measure everything out. So the first time it takes you a little bit longer.
Right.
It could take you 4 hours to get everything laid out and get everything marked and make your backplate template. And then the first time it could take you 4 hours. And then after that, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So the first ones are always more of a challenge,
right?
Than on down the road when we do more of them.
Sure. All right. Well, that probably leads into my next question, and the last question for today is: looking forward to the future. Where do you see the biggest opportunities for growth are within industrial automation, and how do you think Scott Equipment Company is positioning ourselves to be ready for those changes and grow from them?
Let me think.
Tough question, right?
That is a tough question.
Kind of like an interview question.
Exactly. In the year and a half I've been here, with the leaps and bounds that have already been taken,
right?
I foresee us taking more steps towards, getting there, getting to the point.
So probably what you're trying to say is more like the automation it's one thing to make things move, but it's how you make them move, right?
Exactly.
So like we have fender relays coming in that you can program with your phone.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to learn how, okay, now I put this thing in a control box. Now I got to pull my phone out and learn how to use the app to program it, right? Little things like that.
Yeah.
We've got safety devices, light curtains coming in that are Wi-Fi connected. So if you were ever in a situation where you had to put a light box in some kind of machine, all of a sudden now you've got to learn a new skill and do those things.
Right.
So I think those are big challenges. I know for Brandon in the back, nothing's unique. Well, let me rephrase. Everything is unique.
Yes.
Everything's unique. So everything you work on is different.
Yeah.
Right? It's great when you have a box. It's like, boom, and you make 15 of them.
Correct.
You get into, but it seems like every machine builder has a different dimension for this or that, and they're putting different parts in.
Right.
So you have to figure that stuff out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's always something.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, Brandon, we appreciate you taking some time today to do this with us. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything about Scott Equipment Company or just anything in general about automation?
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of your head? Come on, man.
No.
Hey, we'll go ahead and end it there. This is our first episode. Thanks for watching. But Brandon, appreciate you taking some time. He's super busy to come in here and talk to us today and get this going. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out to your local Scott Equipment Company account manager. And if he doesn't have the answers, he's calling this guy if it's control box or electrical or pneumatic related. He's probably going to help him solve the problem. So again, thanks for watching today's podcast. Check in for the next one. Thanks.